Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a lower day, and this is going to be the heaviest lower day of the week. So lower day number 3. I saw in the comments of the last video our repost that they were like, oh wow, you're doing 3 leg days a week. Like, can't imagine that. I've been training for a long time, so I've worked up to kind of that frequency. If you guys want to increase your frequency with legs, I recommend going 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Don't go 1 to 4 days a week of doing legs. When I was doing powerlifting, may have seen my best leg growth, and I was squatting 4 times a week. So keep that in mind. I think that could be a useful tool for you in your lifting career. Maybe some point, throw up the frequency up to that. So this is gonna be the 3rd day. We're gonna go a little bit heavier, but we're still gonna be starting the leg press with those sets of 30 because kind of had a little tweak of my knee last training block, so we're really trying to get the blood flow, not too much high loading. We are 13 weeks out from the main show, the main stage, and actually 8 weeks out from my very first show, kind of like a warm-up show, but hopefully I'll still be in good condition for that one. So 207 pounds today, hopefully gonna get to 195, 200, so we're gonna keep that rolling. But without further ado, sip it on, a little further ado, some Gatorade Zero, and I did 1 scoop of, 2 scoops of high volume. I've cut out the prolific because I've actually increased my coffee intake for breakfast. Because I've cut out my rice cakes, I've replaced that with a little bit more coffee. So having some Gatorade Zero with 2 scoops of high volume, and the 2 flavors that work really good together is actually the kiwi lime, 1 scoop, and then 1 scoop of blue frost. Separate, they taste okay. Together, tastes amazing, and that's why this is green. So now, without further ado, we're gonna get into some leg press. So we're gonna be starting this off with the 10 sets of leg press. We're gonna go through the first 5 sets back to back to back. And then we're gonna be rotating in some easy bar bicep curls. So we're gonna be going through the 5 of these real quick. With these, it's 10 sets of 30. So how I find it to be most useful is just trying to do, I don't wanna be here like 3 hours, so we're just gonna try to get them like 60-second breaks in between. Gonna be a little out of breath, but the pump is gonna be ridiculous. So just gonna get into that, and then Lon is gonna show you how it looks. Alright, that's 1 to 10, so we're going to take a quick 60 seconds. And again, if you haven't seen the first video, we're doing banded leg presses, just so it's more so loaded, concentrically than eccentrically. Watching a couple stand efforting videos that helped with his knee, and a lot more of that muscle damage happens, or tissue breakdown happens on the eccentric portions when you're lowering their weight under load. So if you go with resistance bands, you're really only playing with the concentric movement, or part of the lift. So he said it had a very positive impact on recovering his knees. That's where we're going with it, testing it out. Of course, a lot of things, if you hear a theory, test it out and see if it works for you and if you can implement it effectively. So I'm trying it out. Alright, so that's 5 sets. Now we're going to start the back 5, supersetting in some, almost tripped on my bag. Now we're going to do 5 sets of easy bar curls mixed in. We're going to do sets of 14 reps with these curls, and we're just going to be flipping and flopping them. I like working curls in with maybe like squats or leg press, usually because these, kind of want to say they're more compound, maybe leg press lesser so, but they're pretty high taxing, like I'm out of breath. I like supersetting that with like something that's like a little less taxing, more isolate kind of exercise. So like curls, if I'm already gonna be resting 2 minutes, might as well hit some curls during that time. So that's why I like mixing that in at this point. Otherwise I'll just be standing here. So I'm gonna go grab an easy bar and get these next sets started. kind of straight over to easy bar curls. I think I'm supposed to do the 55s, but they were in use, so we're gonna step it up to 60s. Slightly lightheaded, but let's get this going. Sets of 14. It's 1 of 5, so 6 done on the leg press, 1 done on the curls, 4 more to go around, then we get to do some thrusts. I'm wearing Gymshark and socks, shark socks. Baby shark, do 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 do. 1 more. That's it for the set, super set. So 10 sets of leg press, 300 reps, and we did 5 times 70 reps of bicep curls. So, catching my breath, and then we're gonna go do some hip thrusts and some pull-ups. So, I'm gonna put away my weights. We're gonna be getting into the hip thrusts now. We got 435 pounds on the bar. This is the heaviest day of this part of the training block, so we're gonna do sets of 10 reps. We got the hip circle. Shout out to Mark Bell. This actually, I really like this product as well. It just also makes it a little bit more difficult, this motion, and it also makes it a little bit easier to focus on your glutes being engaged because you're pushing out against the circle as well. So, gonna be throwing these in, get a good glute pump. Let's do it. I love that one. Easiest way, and I've seen this a lot with my clients, easiest way to add like 40 to like 100 pounds on your hip thrust. Switch from like your normal bar pad to like this guy, squat sponge. Look how much girth it has. This is gonna make sure that your hip bones don't get like destroyed and bruised. And it just makes like the movement a lot more comfortable, so you're able to overload a lot better. Because you're not like, ow, this hurts, I don't want as much weight. Now you're like, all right, so it doesn't feel too bad. Let's actually work my glutes. So instead of pain being the limiting factor, it's actually your muscles. So this is like 10 bucks on Amazon, squat sponge, but don't use it for squats.
This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you magic.
Trying to keep up with some sets of 8 for pull-ups. We're gonna go around 4 times. That was only 9 reps. That was just like, all of a sudden, all of a sudden they got really difficult. So probably gonna keep the weight the same for next week, but wowza. All right, time to do pull. That's 8, got all 32 pull-ups. Now it's time for RDLs and start the extensions. Whew. All right, so next up we have the dumbbell RDLs. Again, really emphasizing the stretch on these, really trying to go as far as we can stay comfortable, feel that pull in the hamstring, and then go back up. I'm doing, kind of pushing myself this week. Now that I've got the feeling, I got the technique down, probably the first intro week of this block. Now I'm trying to get that overload. So always get that good baseline of form and then progressive overload from there. Don't be sacrificing form for weight. Those are good, really felt the stretch there. So now we're gonna superset in some extensions. Those were sets of 10, I'm getting lightheaded. And now we're gonna go into the leg extensions for our sets of 14. All right, so we got leg extensions, sets of 14. Again, really emphasizing like the full range of motion, the contraction here. I see some people that usually like cut it short and not fully flex their quads. So that's gonna be something focusing on. That kills me with that little like 1/8 of the rep at the very top, where you can see, especially because I'm leaner, so it looks a little bit more drastic, but like you can see that last 1/8 of the movement where I'm really focusing that full contraction. That's where the money is, man. Like it kills me. Feels and kills. So now we got 2 more sets of these, just doing 3 sets of this superset. So it's good. On with it. Last set, best set, we got 1 more set of 10. And then 1 more set of leg extensions. But then, guess what? We had a bonus. We got 3 more leg extension sets. So we are almost 60% done this workout. And we get to do posing at the end because we started posing practice. So that's technically cardio because I'm gonna be huffing and puffing. So it's gonna be fun. That's it for this superset. So you got leg curls. Next up, leg curls. Nothing too much to explain here, but again, kind of what I'm noticing more recently with leg extensions, that last 1/8 of the movement, I feel like it really like gets a lot more blood in the area. I feel like a lot more in my quads. Same thing with the hamstrings. Really try to bring that heel to your butt. Really kick yourself in the butt. And that last eighth in the movement, really focus on that. And I feel more mind-muscle connection. So keep that in mind when you do these. Superset back to the extensions. All right, that's set number one. That hurt a lot, but may bump up the weight a little bit in the leg curls, but this one definitely, same weight as I've been doing, but it's killing me. So we got 2 more rounds of this, and then arms. So I'm explaining to Nicole, because I got a question, it was a phenomenal question. She was like, someone else at the gym, she came over to me and she was like, hey, like, why are you bending your knees so much when you're doing your RDLs, your dumbbell RDLs? And then I was like, why am I? Pretty much because I've been taught that way, to have that slight bend, but she's like, you're doing a little bit more than a slight bend. So I thought about it, I was like, I guess I feel it a little bit better, I can get that stretch, but the main thing and the main reason is because of my longer torso. So if I kept like really straight legs, if I get all the way to death, it's gonna be, since my arms are here, all the way up here, if I'm holding dumbbells and they're dead hang, they're gonna be all the way over here. So it's also gonna have a lot of torque on my lower back, which no bueno, because I got a baby lower back. So by me bending a little bit, I'm still getting a good stretch, but I'm getting my hips behind, so my arms are more over my heels. So I'm getting a good stretch, and then I'm not getting as much like torque it feels on my lower back, as opposed to if I was like fully out that way. So it just feels a little bit more comfortable to me. I'm feeling a really good stretch, really pushing my hips towards the back. So I guess that's one of these things where it comes back to like, you gotta do what feels good for you. Me and Amon then had a long conversation about our squat levers, long femurs, long body. What are the things we can like adjust to make it work for our bodies? So pretty cool things right there, but it really made me think. So again, you're gonna wanna play with a couple things, but make sure that you're feeling the muscle work to the best of your ability to get that mind-muscle connection, good technique, then progressive overload. Quick tidbit I forgot to mention, and this is probably why the majority of people aren't gonna wanna do that completely straight legged. It's like if you like touch your toes, like real straight leg, you're gonna, oh God, I already feel it. It's like you feel it behind your knee and then it starts to feel it in your calves, and you can be stretching those areas too. So that's why I recommend a slight bend, pretty much for everyone. And then from there, like how much of the bend is probably gonna depend on your biomechanics. That does it for those. One more of these. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Nicole.
Yeah.
We had a special guest appearance from Nicole for like 2 seconds, 2 frames. Actually, Amon, cut that out. Cut that part out. We're done with that. We're done actually all the leg stuff. As blood returns to the rest of my body. So now we're gonna get into arms. We're gonna be doing a seated superset. So we got bis, tris, and we got some middle delts. Doing the skull crushers. Skull crushers are gonna do seated curls, and then we're gonna be finishing off with seated lateral raise. So we're gonna start off with these 25s. Everything sets at 14. During that set, I just picked up a tip. That would be when you're doing them, first half of the set I was holding them a little bit more loose. Hold them tightly, and I felt that helped me engage my triceps a little better. So try that one out while you're doing those. Now we're gonna get into some curls. That's it, man. That is it for the workout. Finish up the arms. They're full of blood right now. But as I said, the workout's not over. So we got like 5 minutes of posing practice because started the posing and it is, made a post about it. It's actually really challenging. It's like contortionism, out of breath, so it's like cardio. And then also like everything's cramping, so I gotta get my practice with that. So we'll show you a couple snippets of it. It's gonna get really weird. I'm gonna be pulling my pants up. We're gonna look for glute striations, so let's go to the locker room or that private room. All right, so this is gonna get weird, but this is the posing practice that I'm doing. Probably Amon's gonna snip it through, but it's actually like a lot harder than it looks, a lot harder than it was expected. So we have the 4 mandatory poses. I forgot what they're called. So it's gonna be front relaxed, but it's not really relaxed. Side relaxed, back relaxed, other side. Then we have side tri, side chest, forward lat spread, back lat spread. I also learned side oblique, which is probably my worst pose right now because I'm trying to get it down. But we're just gonna run them all through. I have to hold each for like 5 seconds, really pushing air out, flexing, and then just trying not to cramp and pass out. Let's do it. Okay. That's it. Out of breath. Gotta do that every day. Really drill these in, make them more comfortable, and like not be as out of breath. So yeah, we are 8 weeks out from the first show. Gotta nail this. Still a couple poses to learn. Definitely a lot of them to tighten up. But we probably snipped through the majority of them. But that's how I'm looking right now. 8 weeks out from the first comp, 13 weeks out from the last one, and we'll be officially starting the series 12 weeks out from that last show. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next video. Keep it flexible.